Hey guys, the video somehow cut out before, so I went through and recorded a wonderful video that you did not get to see me writing, but I'm going to talk my way through this video at least one time here so you can see what's going on. So all I'm doing here is some examples. So I'm going to just kind of talk my way through them instead of writing them all in, but you can understand what's going on. All right, so down below here, we're trying to solve how many different possible arrangements are there in the letter, I'm sorry, how many different arrangements are there of the letters in the word card. Okay, so the word card has 4 letters. We are arranging them. So if we're arranging them, order matters. So you could do what we did in the last section and go 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 and set it up that way because you have 4 letters to choose from. Then you pick one, then there's 3 left, and then there's 2 left and 1 left. Or you could do it as a permutation. You've got 4 letters and you're placing 4 because order matters. You're going to place 4. So in your calculator, you could go to, look, see, that's the video I recorded, but it didn't really record. It hates me. So instead, we could go to Desmos and do 4 factorial because we're doing 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You could do it that way, or you could do 4 NPR. It's not going to, I was trying to get cute there. Function button. My face needs to go away. There we go. Function button. Stats. NPR. NPR 4, 4. Gets me 24 as well. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Whatever way makes you happiest, do it. All right, same thing on the next one. Same thing on the next one. This time we're doing copyright. There are 9 letters in the word copyright. None of the letters repeat. So actually it would be a different process. Let's say we did like Alabama. Well, there's a bunch of A's in Alabama. And so because A's repeat, it's not technically a different order if you repeat them. There's a different way of setting that up. We're not concerned about that right this second. We might do that later on. But for right now, we're not really worried about that. So we're doing letters that don't repeat when we do these things. So we've got 9 letters. We're placing all 9 of them in order. We're arranging them. Arrangement has order, so it is NPR. So for this one, it's 9 NPR 9. Or you could do 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or 9 factorial. All do the same thing. You get 362,880 when you type that in. I give you 12 questions on a test, and I'm asking you to select 8 of them. So you are picking any 8 questions and solving. Does it matter what order you pick your questions? So if you do question 3 and then question 7 and then go back to question 2, no, it doesn't matter. All you're doing is turning them in the end. And so I don't care what order you do them in. It matters which group did you select. And so how many did you pick out of all 12? That's what matters here. So that is a combination. We did 12 NCR 8. And we got 495. You got 7 people sitting in a row of 4 chairs. Well, if you're in a row, order matters there. It's a very arranged setup. And so if you're sitting in the first chair or the 4th chair, it's different. And so we did 7 NPR 4, and we got 840. Permutation order matters. A pizza shop, you got 12 toppings, you're picking 3. So if I pick sausage, pepperoni, and pineapple. There we go. Sausage, pepperoni, and pineapple. I couldn't think of a 3rd topping. That's weird. It doesn't matter which one I pick first. Like if I pick pepperoni and then I put the sausage and then I put the pineapple, that's not any different than if I started with the pineapple and then the sausage and the pepperoni. It doesn't matter what order they go in. It just matters that I picked those 3 toppings. So this is an NCR, a combination question. You're picking a group of toppings. So I did 12 NCR 3. I picked out of the 12, I picked 3 of them. And then the last one, I don't love this one. Just a bad question, I think. In English class, you got to read 11 books from a reading list that contains 20 titles. How many ways can this be done? It kind of matters how you're reading that question. Like if you think you're trying to decide how many ways, what book you read first, and then the 2nd book, and then the 3rd book, and then the 4th book. If you think order matters, then it would be NPR. In my idea, I don't care what book I read first. If it's just a group of books, it's just that I got the knowledge from those books. And so I saw it as a combination, but I could see how you do that as a permutation as well. 20 NCR 11, there's 167,960. I'll make it clearer than that if I'm asking you a question on a test. All right, so what happens if we're picking more than one? Okay, this one on top is easy, so I'm gonna go to this one. A box contains 12 black marbles and 8 green marbles. How many ways are there to select 3 black and 2 green? So you can tell the marbles are all a little different, but some of them are black and then some of them are green. So you're picking 5 of them. You want to have 3 black and 2 green. How many ways can that happen? So the best way to see this is you're picking 2 separate groups. you have one group of black marbles and one group of green marbles. And so I'm going to treat them separately. Out of the 12 black marbles, I need to choose a group of 3, NCR3. And out of the 8 green marbles, I want to choose a group of 2. So I did 12 NCR3 and 8 NCR2. And that leads us to this word and. That carries a lot of weight in math class. When we see that word and represents multiplication. So when you see this time sign, that means we're going to multiply our 2 values. So we did 12 NCR3 to get me 220, and then 8 NCR2 to get me 28, and then I'm going to take those 2 numbers and multiply them together. So 220 times 28, that got me the 6,160. So one group, I found the other group, and then I multiplied them together. Next one, find the number of possible 5-card hands containing 2 aces and 3 kings. So you do need to be somewhat aware of a deck of cards in this course. So if you're not great, pull it up. But out of these 4 aces, I want to pick a group of 2. And out of the 4 kings, I want to pick a group of 3. I want this and that to happen. So to figure out how many different ways I could pick the aces, I did 4 out of the 4 aces. I chose 2 of them, and I get 6. And then to pick the kings, I had 4, and I'm choosing a group of 3. So 4 NCR3 gets me 4. Then it's this and that. So it's this and that. I'm multiplying them together. 6 times 4 gets me 24 different ways. Last one. Sorry, I got to keep moving my head. I'm way too big. Why didn't I make myself smaller? Oh, there we go. Much better. All right, last one here. I did all that work, and now I'm done. There are 5 girls and 4 boys on the Ben Davis Student Council. A committee of 3 is to be selected at random to study the plans for a vending machine. How many committees of 2 girls and 1 boy can be formed? So again, you've got one group of girls and one group of boys. It's this and this, so we're going to end up multiplying our numbers together. There are 5 girls, and we're choosing a group of 2, because it doesn't matter which one I pick first. So 5 NCR2. And then for boys, it's 4 NCR1. So again, to do any of this, it's been a second since I've typed them in. But all I'm doing in my calculator is functions, stat, NCR, 5, 2. 5 NCR2, it got me 10. And then 4, 1. 4 NCR1, that gets me 4. So 4 times 10, my answer is 40. Again, I'm multiplying them together because I want this and that. In math class, and means multiply. Hope that makes sense. It is a little bit strange. There's lots of different ways we could do these. We could get really, really in depth. We're just doing kind of some baseline stuff. If you got questions, ask them. Khan Academy's great. So is Quizzes if you need some more practice with these, just to kind of get a better feel for what's a permutation, what's a combination. Hope that helps. Thanks, guys.